must be stopped. At all costs.
Shortly after Diablo 2 Resurrected was announced, fans were keen to see Blizzard's take on updating the graphics for audiences in 2021. Unfortunately, the character designs, instead of being a one-for-one rendition from the original, collectively look like they were ordered from Wish.com.
You had one job. Just the one?
Namely, the Amazon came under fire by the community, who'd taken it upon themselves to point out she looked less legendary warrior and more like Willem Dafoe.
But you can't do this to me.
Yes, the backlash from the community was immense, and the plea began for Blizzard to stop with its own weird off-road interpretation of the characters and to just follow the classic's art direction.
Sammy, you have to listen to my call, Sammy, please. I beg you.
In fact, the 6 class representatives were so collectively reviled by the community that Blizzard's community manager Pez Raider responded on Blizzard's official forums back in February and said, "Hi all. The team has most definitely seen the feedback over the last day regarding some of the new looks on the character models. There may be changes in the future, so we appreciate the feedback on this. In the end, the game is a lot of ways your game and not just ours. So we want to make sure we get it right." Smiley face.
So that was a lie.
When beta rolled around, scrutiny of the character models was at an all-time high, especially for the Amazon, who was the main concern of the community.
Like a girl, early 20s, blonde. I really can't stress blonde enough. Blonde.
However, not all is lost, believe it or not, and I come with a message of hope. Due to Blizzard refusing to honor the artist's early visions for the characters, the community has stepped in themselves and created multiple and I dare say superior faces to choose from for each class. That's right, we're going to play character bingo today. So get out your markers and get ready to put your numbers in the comments below and get ready to yell bingo. On a serious note, I say this from a place of genuine want for the community to be heard, and I've said it before, if enough people voice their opinion, positive changes will happen, just like the Sonic movies where the artist rectified their mistake. And if not, well, this video is for posterity's sake of what should have been for future generations. So without further ado, here is what Diablo 2 Resurrected's characters could look like if Blizzard listens to fans.
This may be our darkest hour, but it will be your greatest moment.
First off, let's have a look at my favorite, the Holy Paladin. Now, what you're seeing is the original art of the Paladin, which gives us a pretty good indicator of what his face should look like, albeit it is a little bit janky in some of the concept art due to the technical limitations of the time. Now imagine you showed these pictures to someone and asked them to draw it from memory, and they came up with this as a sketch. People would be uncomfortable. Let's just say you probably wouldn't still be on Twitter by the end of the week. But the good news is, Blizzard would probably hire you on the spot. Why? Well, I present to you Diablo 2 Resurrected's Paladin. Now, if I had to pick from the bingo list using the art as a guide, number 1 being Resurrected's take, I would say for me it's between number 3 and 4. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below who your top pick is. Seriously, I've said it before, I love John Witherspoon, but that ain't it.
I grab a bail, and I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him, and I all day long my foot up his ass, just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Second up, we have the equally controversial Assassin, so we may as well get this out of the way. The Assassin in D2 was later revealed to be named Natalia. The trap-clapping Eastern European-looking lady was originally known for a few things. 1. Short hair. 2. Intense blue eyes. 3. Pasty thighs. Only one of those things has returned in Resurrected. Now, I'm not agreeing with fans from my previous video's comments that Blizzard has some type of nefarious agenda just because of her awkward and unexplained appearance change. No, sir.
I deal with China. China, big league China. So don't tell me about China. I know China.
Jokes aside, if we are going for a 1-for-1 of the original, I'm going to pick A5 for this round. See? Cosplayers get it. The Amazon of Diablo 2 is a character steeped in rich lore. Her class description reads, a master of the javelin and bow, the Amazon reacts to combat situations with superhuman agility. She relies on her magic prowess to enhance her significant martial abilities. However, Blizzard decided somewhere between the original and the remake, the young and attractive Amazon was off the board, and we got lumped with this older, grizzled rendition of the character. It looks like somebody just watched Wonder Woman once and went, you know what? I think I got this. Now nigh unrecognizable, the blonde itself is out and in is bleak brown hair that doesn't actually spring with the Amazon's step. Even her run cycle has been slowed to more of a trudge, and her spear is held limp instead of ready to be thrown. It's just a mess. Anyway, staying true to the original design aesthetic, I gotta say that the fan renditions are remarkable, and I'm going to pick Z5 for the ideal Amazon's face. The Druid is admittedly a little bit trickier to make realistic, with his distinct cartoonish style and animal pelts aplenty. However, moving in a new direction, Blizzard had opted to make him thicker and much more grizzled, no pun intended. When asking around, fellow creator Doomscream voiced his intense displeasure at this design and called Resurrected's Druid a hobo. My question is, how do you make a man draped in animal skin not look homeless? Now, I have to be honest, the new hair down look is something I don't mind, but I'm gonna have to pick D4 as the closest take on the Druid. The Necromancer goes into my too hard basket, so I want to ask you, the audience, because in Diablo 2, the Necro was more ghoul than man. Resurrected, however, have shied away from this and made him just plain creepy, minus the undead gaunt look. Now, if we look at D3, for example, as it's the same character, they then turned him into some type of vampirish heartthrob. Resurrected's fan edits have said screw that and made him corpsey again, like really corpsey. So kudos to them. He's just so hard to look at. So I'm going to limp out of his zombified face and pick N5 for this one. The Sorceress is a character who I genuinely enjoy her original design. She's unique and fun, and I swear I'm not saying this just because of the underboob. In the remaster, modest costume aside, her design is decent, save she again is heavier and older than an in-game counterpart. It's like the characters have aged with the fanbase between the classic and the remake. For authenticity's sake, I'm going to give my tick of approval to S4, but honestly, the artist, who is linked below by the way, really nailed this one. As we round the corner to the final contender, the Barbarian. Let's be honest, he is a bit of a tough nut to remaster. Due to the original's tech limitations, the Barbarian really did have a potato head in the original, so interpretation was bound to happen. And now, yes, many fans have likened the new Barbarian's look in Resurrected to a certain wrestler, and rightly so. However, the fan edit only slightly changed the face of the Barbarian. Why, you ask? Well, instead, they focused on the most egregious of sins of Resurrected, and that is the fact they debulked him from looking jacked to being a more soft and less muscle-bound version of himself. And it's odd that the one guy who should be yoked got deflated. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts on the characters in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed Character Bingo, and as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, Traveler.